Whoa, romantic song, romantic view of Sugar Beach. This is a perfect intro to this next segment. Good morning, 7:43 here on Breakfast Television. Sid and Meredith Shaw with you. And as the cost of living crisis continues, it's going to get romantic in a second, don't worry. It's not just wallets feeling the pinch, it's changing the dating game too. Here to discuss how our finances are redefining romance is relationship expert and friend of the show, Dr. Jess O'Reilly. Hello, Dr. Jess.
Good morning.
Good morning. Money and love.
Yes, the perfect combo, money and love. Jess, how is money impacting the dating scene? I've been out for a while, but the dating scene in 2024 in this environment financially, how would you describe it?
All right, so we know that 41% of Canadians say that money is their leading source of stress. For Gen Z and millennials, 2/3, this is really scary, especially to follow up from the last segment, 2/3 are losing sleep over financial stress. So it follows that the dating game is also shifting. Now, it's not that people are dating less, it's that they're shifting how they date. So, for example, there's a considerable number of Canadians, 67%, who are actively cutting back on alcohol while dating, because that's a really big cost here in Canada, right? And
Huge.
so they're
if you go for dinner and you don't order wine or drink, the bill comes and you are shocked at how much less it is. It really, I mean, I don't know, I am. I'm shocked. I'm like, whoa, we're saving money here.
Yeah, so we're changing the way we spend when we date to cut back because we do have this cost of living crisis.
And what are some examples of sort of dates that people can lean into that don't cost a lot of money? Because you got to get a bit creative.
Yeah, absolutely. So you've probably seen the TikTok trend or stuff online where people are talking about an ice cream date is the bare minimum. And I am running into this. Every day I'm talking to someone who says, oh, I asked somebody out on a date, but then I asked them to just go for a walk and they complained that it was the bare minimum. So I think part of the problem before we get into the low cost dates is that we've set these high expectations. There's this pluralistic ignorance whereby we don't want to spend a lot on dates, but we think everyone else is spending a lot on dates. And so we're actually going into debt for dates. And I want to cut this. I love an ice cream date. I love a hiking date. So you probably remember the year in swipe data from 2023, the #1 dating activity in Canada for last year, and we'll have to wait to see what they come out with this year, was hiking, right? So that side-to-side conversation actually facilitates a different connection, conversation, different feelings in your body, rather than the intensity of having to sit down over, a multi-course dinner. So the ice cream date, sure, the walk date, doing anything out in nature, because we don't get to get out in nature all year long here in Canada. I know some of you brave folks do, but maybe not the rest of us. Yeah. But we need to start spending less, and I'd love to see this. We're also seeing that 50% of Canadians say that they're blending dating into their daily routine. So if you already go to Pilates, you're inviting a date. If you're already, running to the farmer's market, you're inviting a date. And I like this. I really like this. We have data showing that yoga, Pilates, and this is interesting, not cheap, but equestrian activities are seen as attractive activities on dating profiles.
Okay.
We have to leave the equestrian. If you have a horse, good for you.
Sometimes, I'll tell you that right now. Not dressage, we're on a horse. That gets a little expensive. But Jess, there's certain memes that are kind of driving the dating conversation. Like, I'm 47, forgive me.
Oh, I can't wait to hear you say this.
What does I'm looking for a man in finance
There it is. There it is.
Why is it taking over TikTok?
I'm glad you came out. We're a couple months into this trend, but we are seeing that man in finance trend. In some ways, I don't want to say destroying dating, but adversely affecting expectations. This is such an incredibly narrow definition of desirability and success. But I was asking my friends at Tinder, and they said since May, they've seen 45% increase in man in finance in dating profiles.
And again, for people at home that don't know, that's a track that's blown up online.
Yes.
Someone just singing, or not even singing, but mouthing with music underneath. I'm looking for a man in finance with specific height dimension, they want there's a specific
everything sort of
now
typical that people have been hopefully and wonderfully moving away from in that dating specifications, that list of must-haves. That's what this audio is.
Yes, we have to move away from this. We really do, because the height, the eye color, these are not going to lead, and the income are not going to lead necessarily to more meaningful connections. So I may work a lot, I may earn a lot, but that doesn't mean I have more energy to invest in you. That doesn't mean I'm going to be more compassionate with you. That doesn't mean I'm going to have more fun with you. So we really need to look at what are we looking for in the long run, whether it's, even if it's just for the summer. Do you want to be with someone that you can just go out and get into the hottest table, or do you want to actually enjoy yourself? Do you want to feel a connection, whether that's pleasure in your body, pleasure in your spirit, pleasure in your mind?
and pleasure on this segment right
Yes.
here. We love you, Jess O'Reilly. You are fantastic.
pleasure.
Where can people find more info about you? Because you're full of tips, and you tell it like it is.
Happiercouples.com, and please spend zero money on your next date.
Love that ice cream date. Let's
the
open
best
it
date.
up. Zero money.
Take a walk.
Zero
Breathe the air.
pressure.